Hello, my name is Chris, and today I would like to talk to you about emotions, about self-esteem, and about self-sabotaging behaviour. In particular, I would like to talk to you about how the way that we think about our emotions affects our self-esteem, and the way that our self-esteem therefore leads us to creating or acting with self-sabotaging consequences. Those of you familiar with my videos will know that I typically talk about quitting smoking. Sometimes I'll talk about alcohol or other addictions or behaviours. But basically what I'm talking about all of the time in every video is self-sabotaging behaviour. I'm talking about doing those things which either prevent us from getting what we deep down really truly desire for ourselves, or which take what we already have and destroy it, sabotage it. I think when you strip away all the details and all the specifics, everybody's idea of happiness is slightly different. But I think when you strip it down to the basics, what most of us desire for ourselves deep down is health, is security, and love. And you can tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I think when you strip it down, that's what it comes down to. So self-sabotaging behavior is anything that doesn't align with those overall goals for ourselves, that doesn't serve us, that actually directly conflicts with what we truly want for ourselves, with what we truly deserve for ourselves. And we do deserve it even when we think we don't. If I value health and yet I continue to smoke or continue to raid the fridge every night, then that is self-sabotaging behaviour, because it's sabotaging my efforts to achieve health. I value health and yet I'm doing something that is completely at odds with being healthy. If I value love and security and yet inwardly, deep down, my self-esteem is so low that I feel as if I don't deserve love or I don't deserve security, then I will subconsciously push away any chance that I have to have that. Somebody might love me, and then I start feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't deserve this. So I'll start acting in a way, I won't necessarily physically push them in a way, but I will start acting in a way that gets that person out of my life because I feel like I don't deserve to have them. The more I do that, the more that leads me to unhappiness. The more I feel, I start to tell myself, well, I don't deserve anything, and I keep pushing things away and I keep self-sabotaging. I am worthless, I am bad, I am weak, I am just going to smoke or drink or eat or shop or gamble or spend all day looking at pornography or whatever self-sabotaging things we engage in. This issue of self-esteem, so vast and so complex, but a big part of it for me was, when I realized how low my self-esteem was, I realized that a big part of this came down to the unrealistic expectations that I set myself, particularly with regards to how I experience emotions. Take a certain amount of emotions, say these are the good emotions. These are the ones that I'm supposed to have. These are the emotions that if I display, people will like me. People will love me. Therefore, I should have these emotions all the time because they are good. Whereas over here, these are the bad emotions. And if I display these emotions, people won't like me. And if I display these emotions, they are bad, and that means that I am bad. Therefore, I should never, ever, ever experience them. Create this unrealistic goal where I have to be happy and peaceful and joyful 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I must never, ever, ever, ever get angry or resentful or jealous or bored or any of those things, because those are bad. It is unrealistic, and I wouldn't impose that standard and I wouldn't impose that goal on anybody else. If somebody else experiences a negative emotion, I'd say, hey, that's okay, come let me give you a hug, we'll get through it. Whereas as soon as I do it, I go, well, I'm experiencing a bad emotion, therefore, because I am doing a bad thing, that must mean that I am bad, must mean that I'm weak, must mean I must take up this big stick and start beating myself over the head with the big stick about how bad I am, until such time as I go, well, do you know what? If I'm such a bad person anyway, then what is the point? I might as well smoke again, I might as well drink again, I might as well, I've lost 2 stone, but I might as well just go and eat all the ice cream in the world. Literally all the ice cream in the world. Actually, that sounds a good idea. No, it doesn't. I might as well do these things that are sabotaging behaviours, because that's all that I'm worth. It might not even be a conscious thought, this, but it is there somewhere. Or it might be that we experience it, we get angry or something, we experience something that we have labelled to be bad or negative, and then we tell ourselves that we experienced this because we didn't do enough. I felt bad today because I didn't do enough meditating, or I didn't spend enough time in my journal, or I didn't sleep enough, or exercise enough, or do any of these things enough. And again, at some level, even if it's not a conscious thought, at some level we are telling ourselves, because I didn't do enough, therefore I am not enough, therefore I am terrible, therefore I failed. Because I failed, there is no point me even trying to achieve the health, the security, the love, the peace, that whatever it is, I might as well just give up now and go smoke, go drink, go do whatever. I don't like that. I don't know about you. And of course, it makes sense that we want to experience more of the good emotions and less of the bad emotions, for obvious reasons, that the good ones make us feel good and the bad ones make us feel bad. Here's the thing that we need to remember, is that even the emotions that we have told ourselves are bad may have a positive intention behind them, may have a positive message for us that we need to discover, we need to listen out for, and maybe act upon. Sometimes if I look down into the root cause of the negative emotions that I'm feeling, it's that, I realise, well, heck, something is not right in my life, and these negative emotions are telling me that I need to change something. That change might be that I need to quit smoking or stop eating all the ice cream in the world, just eat all the ice cream in America instead. It's a little bit less. Or, it might be that there is, I'm experiencing these negative emotions because there is a person, a place, or a thing in my life that needs to change, that I need to eliminate, to let go of, whatever it may be. Sometimes when I dive deeper into the emotions that are affecting my self-esteem, I might realize, all these negative emotions are telling me, Chris, you are tired and exhausted and you need a rest. And I go through my periods of poor mental health, when I feel depressed. There's a very popular YouTuber called Ralph Smart, and I've heard him say this many times, that if you break the word depressed down phonetically, you get deep rest. Sometimes my negative emotions are my body crying out, my brain crying out, Chris, you need some deep rest because you are very, very exhausted. Or maybe there's something even deeper than that. Maybe if I keep getting angry and I look into, really, why am I angry? I'm not angry because the bus was late, or I spilled my coffee, or I stubbed my toe, or anything like that. Maybe what I'm really angry about is that all these things keep happening that are beyond my control. And I feel like I'm not in control. And if I'm not in control, then that means I'm less able to take care of my basic needs for love, health, security, safety, and all that stuff. Therefore, I feel threatened. Ooh, there's a big one. So sometimes I need to dive way, way deep into what is really going on for me. When I accept that there is maybe a positive intention behind my negative emotions, then I can stop beating myself up about them. If I start feeling angry, sad, mad, whatever it may be, then, if I'm acting on instinct rather than intention, my first instinct is to go, well, I don't like this emotion, let's get rid of it very quickly because anger is bad and I'm not supposed to have anger. So let's get rid of the anger by smoking, by overeating, by drinking, by, doing any kind of self-destructive behaviour. Instead of using this anger or this negative emotion as fuel for self-sabotaging behaviour, I can actually use it as fuel to get back in line with what I truly desire, which again, for most of us is health, happiness, security, love. You could say, okay, why is this anger here? What is it trying to tell me? What do I need to change to get more in line with what I really want? The other thing that we do quite often is we suppress all our negative emotions. Just because we suppress them and we don't let them bubble out on the surface doesn't mean that they disappear. If I'm angry, just because I don't lash out at someone, but instead internalize it, doesn't make the anger go away. It stays and it builds, and then I pull more and more and more negative emotions on top of it until there is just no room left, and I explode. And I go on this mad self-destructive streak where I do all the things that are unhelpful. I drink, smoke, and overeat, and spend all my money and do everything that is going against what I truly want for my life. So rather than using this stuff as fuel for self-sabotaging behaviour, I use it as fuel to find out what is really going on with me and to heal the hurt, to start to heal that aching void within me that for so long I've been trying to fill and put a plaster over with self-sabotaging behaviour and with substances. And of course, it's all very good me saying this, but how the heck are you supposed to dive deep and find out what the positive intention behind those emotions are? One of the best things that I have found is to journal. I was actually going to bring my journal down for this video and I totally forgot until just now. I journal like every single morning, and then whenever something happens that I just cannot cope with, or when I feel like I'm really angry or I'm really sad, or whatever negative emotion may be, I'll get my journal out and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling, but why? And it is very rarely the surface reason that I've told myself. I'm very angry because the train was late. So what? When I actually look, it's not the train being late, it's me. There is some deeper reason for my anger. And journaling allows me to explore those reasons without anybody else's feedback. I don't know about you, sometimes you say to someone, I'm feeling angry. And they say, oh, don't be angry, it's going to work out fine. But you denying me the permission to feel an emotion that every human being is capable of that emotion. So don't deny me permission, give me the freedom, the space to explore why I'm feeling that way. Talking to someone who isn't going to just tell you, no, don't be angry. Or, someone who you can trust, you can confide in and explore the reasons why, is also going to help. This was a bit more of an abstract vid, not abstract as such, but this was a bit more of a, not as practical as some of my other videos, I suppose is the best way to describe it. But this has been on my mind a lot lately about when I tell myself these are good emotions and these are bad emotions and I must only have these and never have these, then I set myself up for failure because I am not capable of achieving this impossible standard of feeling good all the time. And then I start to beat myself up about feeling bad, making myself feel worse, making myself more and more likely to go and self-sabotage. I hope this has made sense to you in some way. I even hope it's been helpful, or it might have just helped you pass the last 10 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Please do let me know down in the comments below how you are getting on with your journey. And if you would like support with quitting smoking, come and join us on Finding Freedom on Facebook. It's facebook.com/group/findingfreedom1, where it's this wonderful, beautiful community of awesome people who are loving and kind and supporting each other through their quit smoking journey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.